It's not the getting in, it's the getting out.
What is up, guys? This is my video about the thoughts of Destiny 2's Dawning event and over some Midtown Crucible Mayhem gameplay, which I actually have been loving a lot, and it's been pretty awesome playing this Mayhem. But we'll talk about Eververse, the big deal, in a little bit. But for right now, we'll talk about what the Dawning has in store for us right now. And so far we have Mayhem Crucible, tons of Dawning loot, hockey, and snowballs. So right off the bat, Mayhem is amazing, and I love every second of it. You're a one-man team. Anyone can feel like a true Destiny god. You are in control, and it doesn't affect your KD ratio, which I found out, and that's pretty cool. I think you guys can check me on that, but I think it does not affect your KD ratio. And having less people helps to reduce total mayhem, if that makes sense. So having 4-on-4 is so much better than having 6v6, because 6v6 was total mayhem. But I've been spending most of my Dawning in the Crucible, in Mayhem, and doing the dailies over and over again, because I don't know, free loot, and Mayhem is just awesome, and I hope that they bring more of that back and keep bringing Mayhem up to date and up to speed, and hopefully someday we can have our own private matches, because right now it's kind of bad, because in Destiny, from Destiny to Destiny 2, this is like what Bungie did. They took everything good out of Destiny and left it out, while taking everything bad and fixing it in Destiny 2, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And why couldn't they have private matches already? But that's just another topic for another time. Let's go into snowballs. Snowballs are fun. Snowballs are fun. I like how they have them all over the place, besides the raid, but they literally have them all over the place, and it's really cool, especially in the farm area. You have the whole area for like a snowball fight with igloos and stuff like that. It's pretty, well, not actual igloos, but like snow towers and stuff. It's pretty fun. The timer on it is okay, but it's understandable why, so you don't just like throw snowballs every chance you get. But it does a good amount of damage as well, just like a grenade would, almost like a grenade would. So like you get to 10 second, you got that 10-second frostbite timer, and you throw a grenade, and now you throw a grenade, you throw a snowball, and it does a significant amount of damage. And it's kind of cool how it does the snow effect on the enemies too, and when you throw it on yourself or your other people in your clan or team or whatever, they still get affected. And tons of people have been throwing snowballs at each other in the tower, and like I'm at the freaking vault, and people would just throw random snowballs at me, and I would walk like super slow. But snowballs are fun. Then there's hockey. The hockey ring is fun too. Just don't try playing by yourself, because that's it's kind of sad. But hockey ring can be fun if you have a clan and stuff. But again, that's basically about it. Then you got the daily quests, and they give you daily loot, which is cool. If you don't complete a daily quest, that's fine. Just make sure you pick it up before the day is over, because you can stack them, and so you can keep getting your dailies. And there used to be quests where you would have to complete the quest before you get it. You can't receive it again, but this is like an actual physical item. The quest is a physical item, and so, which is much better. And sorry for the noise in the background if you do hear noise, but it's cool that you can just keep getting them and getting them and getting them, and then, yeah, I don't know, you can spend the last day. I would not recommend doing this, but you can spend the last day just collecting all the loot, and then after you're done, you have like I don't know, like 20 places you can go to collect a whole bunch of loot. But it's cool that you can keep stacking them, and even though it's a different loot pool, which we'll talk about later. But overall, that is basically it about the Dawning, and that's basically all the good stuff about the Dawning, and which is pretty sad. I mean, if that's all, you got Mayhem, you got Mayhem Crucible, you got Snowballs and a hockey ring with some daily loot that's not even a part of the actual Eververse package, which is pretty sad compared to other. I believe this is the third Dawning event, and comparing that to the other two Dawning events, this is pretty sad and pretty terrible too, because this is all just basically Eververse and Mayhem, and that is basically it, with some snowballs and a hockey ring, which is nothing. I mean, seriously, that is absolutely nothing, and it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty sad. And I keep saying pretty sad a lot, but you know, it's pretty sad. But like on the other ones in Destiny, original Destiny, we had SRL, and we had a whole bunch of strikes and different tasks we had to go to, and new maps, Crucible maps and stuff. And this one, we just have Mayhem, and that's basically it. And it's awful. It's awful, and I hope that they change that on the next one. But now let's dive into Eververse a little bit. So, like I said, in the daily quest from Ikora, you get a limited amount of loot, which means that not all of it is in the same loot pool as Eververse, and which is also the daily quests do give you two basic items that are unique to that daily quest, which are the sword and the class item. So, like, you know, your marks and stuff. And those are basically the only ones that are exclusive to those daily loot pools. But Eververse apparently, you know, has everything. But let's go down what they specifically do. You get one freebie for the whole event, which is only for one character, I believe. And then the other characters are like shaders and stuff you get from them. Just lesser loot, not like the big freebie, the whole engram, the whole Dawning engram. But also, you get 2 engrams from doing the 2 milestones, one for 5 Mayhem Crucible matches and one for 5 heroic strikes, which I believe is weekly. And so far, one character so one character that is about 7 free engrams you get for this entire 3 weeks. The Dawning is out, which that's awful. And so, obviously, all the loot is locked behind Eververse. All the loot you want. And some of it is actually good loot. I mean, some of it is, like, when I'm talking about good loot, I'm mainly mean about the ghosts. Because those ghosts, those exotic ghosts, in particular, they give you a whole bunch of perks that can actually help you in the game. But also, I think it's Segura Ghost. I probably butchered that name. I probably didn't say it right either. But you know, the exotic ghost I'm talking about, you get free for after completing all the chests from Osiris's guy, Brother Vance, Brother V. You get that from that for free, and that's awesome. Luckily, that is not behind a loot wall, but obviously the other exotic ghosts are really cool too, and they give you nice perks as well. Follow-up milestone completions in the same week on other characters do not give a full Dawning engram, just shaders and small things like that. They did that for events in the original Destiny as well. So the loot pools, the daily quests, are completely different items than what Eververse is selling. it is the same loot. Even if it's the same loot, they're completely different loot pools. Speaking on the shaders part, you might receive a shader that is the same, but it doesn't stack on top of the Eververse, and that meaning that they're from two different loot pools. And I guess they separate them because the daily ones, you get anything you get, I believe, from the daily will turn into legendary shards, and the other ones from Eververse turn into dust. And so I guess they keep it that way, but for vault space, that makes it super difficult to slow down vault space, even lessen vault space, and try to create room, because I keep deleting all my crap, and I just don't want to keep deleting a whole bunch of crap just to make more room, because it seems like a chore upon itself. But the shaders do not stack, and it's just, and they're legendary, and they're shaders, limited time only shaders, and not everybody wants to delete all the stuff they get, and it's just aggravating. And then also the shaders, ghost ships, and other items you get from the daily quests dismantle into legendary shards, like I said, while the shaders from EV get turned to bright dust. Speaking about that again, but overall, the Dawning event is it was just awful. It was just awful, and I hope that they fix it. Just keep playing Mayhem, or like one of my friends online did. He completely just deleted Destiny, and lots of people are, and it's kind of sad. And so play different games. Do other stuff. There's more games out there than just Destiny, and hope you guys take this stuff into consideration. And I know the people are speaking on the Destiny forums, and it's all really sad. And I hope Bungie, people say Bungie is listening, and I hope I believe that, and what I've seen so far of them tweeting and forum posts, I feel like they are getting back into the show. And also, if you guys didn't know, the new DLC did leak out today, and so hopefully that can get you excited, and hopefully they do that much better, because this, in comparison, this first expansion is just like the Dark Below. And hopefully the next expansion is like the House of Wolves, because, the House of Wolves was so much better, and the Dark Below was just, like, it was cool raid and cool lore in it, but it was just, it was awful. And I hope you guys think about this, and let me know what you guys in the comments down below, and like the video, and please subscribe if you haven't. I've been trying to make more videos, and I hope you guys like this one. Thanks again, and this is Dylan Lepore, signing off. Bye.